Welcome to day one of the Master Your Message Challenge. Today is one of my favorite days. We're clearing the blocks, the things that are keeping you from clear messaging, because tomorrow is rather challenging, right? I like to call it the mini business plan. We're working on your internal messaging and those 6 core components of your message, but that is going to be so much easier if you give yourself permission today to clear the blocks that are holding you back. So I'm going to walk you through today's worksheet. The first thing I want you to do is write out your blocks, right? Just get them out on paper. What is holding you back? And honestly, for me at the start of my business, so much of this was fear, right? Like fear of picking the wrong words, fear of picking the wrong niche, fear of after I got my message out there, then the next thing was actually landing clients. And then what if I didn't serve my clients well? What if I didn't know the right things to say, right? So getting clear on whatever your blocks are, just write them down and get them on paper. Then I have some little reflection questions for you. And last, what I want you to do is come up with some actions against those fear, right? And these can be really small, but I want them to be specific and I want you to include a date on them, right? So maybe it's as simple as tonight at 9 p.m. after I put my kids to bed, I'm just going to journal on these. I'm going to give myself permission to reflect. Tomorrow, I'm going to reach out to a friend and kind of hash through this, right? Maybe even if you're like, I have this fear of niching and I'm stuck between these 2 niches or these 2 different business ideas, maybe you want to give yourself a deadline. That's what I did at the start of my business. I said, okay, I'm stuck between these 2 things and I'm going to give myself through the end of the week till Friday to pick. I'm going to talk to a friend. I actually hired a business coach. I'm going to assess because I don't want to pick the wrong thing, but I'm going to give myself a deadline and then I'm going to pick. And once I pick, I'm going to stick to it for 90 days, right? So I actually have enough evidence and enough client work to actually make an informed decision instead of what I was doing, which was make a decision kind of hesitantly. And if it wasn't working, then shift, right? Then shift. And I wasn't able to see really what was working and what wasn't working. So maybe you want to say, hey, my fear is this, and I'm going to give myself till this date to pick. Right? Don't have to choose today, but I have to choose soon. And then once I pick, I'm just going to put all my energy into action for 90 days. I cannot wait to hear what your blocks are, what your actions are, and reach out if you need any support in the group. Join us tomorrow where we're going over the 6 core elements of your internal messaging, and I'll see you soon.